And welcome back to Louisiana Living. We're doing the microphone adjustment here, but we're here with Chris Tyson, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Chris is running for Louisiana Secretary of State. Chris, let's start by telling the audience, who is Chris Tyson?
Well, I'm a law professor, Baton Rouge native, former attorney, living there with my wife and our 3 young children, 3 kids ages 3 and under, so we have our hands full, but very excited to be running for Secretary of State. It's a vitally important position at a very critical time in our state's history, and so I look forward to helping us build a better Louisiana and moving the state forward.
And tell me why you think it's a vital position.
Secretary of State touches all aspects of Louisiana's life and culture, our democracy, our economy, and our culture. Our elections, our business filings and registrations, and state museums and our state archives all roll up under the Secretary of State's office. So it really does touch every aspect of Louisiana's life, and I feel uniquely qualified to serve and help us move forward as a state through this very important position.
Can you tell me about your qualifications for Secretary of State?
Yes, well, I'm currently a law professor at LSU, where I've been the last 5 years, and I'm a real estate and land use attorney, so I understand business well. I've also been a small business owner in the past. I've served in volunteer and appointed positions in my hometown of Baton Rouge. I've also had the opportunity to work for Senator Landrieu in the United States Senate, and so I feel I understand the democracy component of the office, the importance of elections, and having a fair and open system of elections. I understand the challenges of building a small business and know that that relationship starts in the Secretary of State's office. The business-government relationship begins there. And I'm a son of Louisiana. I appreciate this rich gumbo that people the world over come to experience and treasure. And so I want that to be preserved for future generations.
What would you do as Secretary of State that's not being done now?
Well, I think right now our priorities are out of focus. This Secretary of State has been sued for violating national voting laws, and instead of fixing the problems, he's chosen to spend more than $1.3 million of taxpayer dollars fighting that lawsuit, and instead of just fixing the problem. And so when we look at our voting machines, when we look at the processes for registering businesses that could be easier and more streamlined, when we look at our museums closing to 1 day a week, and our archives in need of upgrades, then we have a problem. And it's one of fiscal responsibility. It's one of refocusing priorities. This is a nonpartisan office. It's a non-political office. It is for everyone. And so we're excited to bring that message and to bring that vision of leadership to the Secretary of State's office.
All right, Chris, we're going to go to a commercial, but we'll continue our conversation with Chris Tyson after the break here on Louisiana Living.